WFM 91.7.
Radio WFM 91.7, and you're welcome on Panorama. Panorama is where we have the ladies from different geopolitical zones come together to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues. My name is Esther Alarabi, and as always, we're enjoying you to join the conversation. The phone lines will be open 07000 917 917, or you can send us a text or a WhatsApp message 070 317 56537. Panorama this morning, I will be speaking to the two ladies on Panorama. I'm speaking to Ibnabo Dixon and Buki Femi Ajala this morning. Good morning, Ibnabo Dixon. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Esther, our Honorable Minister for Happiness. Good morning.
You know.
I don't go and blow to trumpet.
But wait, which time when I go buy me this motor where the say people they collect? Which time when I go buy and make I ask? I be my office no need things.
People can greet our valid listeners, please. Good morning. Please, no go be to a fellow honorables.
Thank you so much for being on the program this morning, Binabo.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and we have Buki Femi Ajala, Buki FA. Good morning, Buki. How are you doing today?
Yes, Buki FA is doing great, and I want to thank God. You know, they say there is love in sharing, so then share. They say let it get to us. So, Panorama family, we want to greet you. How are we all doing? Trust we are doing great.
Yes, we're doing good, and it's another time for us to discuss topical issues on the way forward in the society. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us this morning. So, it is unfortunate that we have to start off the conversation with this sad story, but it just goes to show you the kind of things that actually happen in our society. And for every one story that you hear about, there are possibly other stories that have not been reported. Now, this one, I find this story very, very sad because this young girl was just trying to cover for what I don't even know how, but if you are out there and you try to make any kind of excuses for fraudsters, scammers online or in person or what have you, trying to maybe paint them as being smart or anything, I think you want to have a rethink and look at the consequences of their actions on people in the society before you come out and spew certain comment about, oh, they're using their brains to make those things work. It doesn't make any sense, just so you know. You can listen live via the website www.wfm917.com, or you can download the mobile app to listen live to Panorama this morning right here on Women Radio 91.7. Now the story. A 20-year-old student of the University of Ilorin has reportedly committed suicide. Now, the back-end story. Her mother had entrusted 500,000 naira to her to keep. Somehow, she got involved with this scammer online who lied to her about his mother having breast cancer, and empathy will come to play. She thought that if she lent this person this money, by the time her own mother would need the money, this person probably will have the money to pay back. And she gave out this money. But sad, that was not the case when the mother needed the money. And when the mother needed the money, she probably was not able to tell her mother that she had given this money out and she hasn't gotten it back. She took to loan apps trying to see how she could raise the money to be able to give back to her mother. She was able to gather about 450,000 naira from the loan apps. Then she had her own savings of 50,000 naira to make up this 500,000 naira to give back to her mother. But now, where the issue was, the pressure from these different loan apps for her to pay back and all of that pushed her into this situation. And you cannot totally disconnect the pressure that she was facing from the loan app agents who were actually asking her to pay back this money, coupled with the fact that she could not get the money, then the person who had scammed her. So everything put together on this 20-year-old was just a lot of pressure, and she just did not know how to handle it anymore. Need I remind us that suicide is never an option? Like, let it not even cross your mind. Let it not cross your mind. Speak out first. Now, we're not going to dwell on this young girl who has passed on. Let's talk about this loan app agent. I recall sometime last week, I was just talking to my colleagues. I got a message about a particular person. Funny how I'm not even sure I've spoken to this person in the last 5 years or so. I got a text from somebody about this person I had not spoken to in about 5 years now, asking the person to come and pay back a loan that they took from them, and having to say that they were going to release certain photographs and what have you, or put out statements about the person. Everything in that message was just very condescending. Trust me, I called the number and said, the person is owing you. They took money from you and you think this is the best way to get the money. In long and short, I gave the person the fruit of my lips that day, because it didn't make any sense to me doing that. So now we're going to use this story to address this loan app agents who go about collecting money or asking people to pay back in this way and condescending manner that they get to do it. Some even go as far as threatening people. Then we're also going to talk about this scammer who took advantage of a 20-year-old girl who, out of empathy, thought to help him out about, the lie that he put together about his mother who had breast cancer, which obviously was a lie. We get to talk about the need for us to do better as a society, but day in, day out, you still keep seeing sad stories of people just wanting to swindle other people to their own advantage. This is really, really sad. Ibn Abba, you've read the report.
Esther, you see, as much as I would really love to, look at it from the angle you came in from, I would rather do a quick self-responsibility. And before I do that, I want to add my voice to yours to say that suicide is never a solution to any problem. Rather, you are gone, but you have further complicated the matters. If the people you have left behind have your kind of mindset, then there will be a subsequent suicide, that will continue like that. Do you want to end your family? Because you had an issue and you felt the solution to seeing the back of that issue is to take your own life. Now, taking your life plus that issue will be added to those you have left behind, and they too will begin to think suicidal. So what's going to happen to the whole of your family? I tell you, God has given you life. Don't waste it. Nothing whatsoever is worth your life. That life was paid for by your Creator. Now it is for you to take care of it. Please, please, and please. Suicide does not solve a problem. It compounds it. And if you love yourself, you love the one who created you, and you love your family, you shouldn't commit suicide. Now, going back to what we have on, you see, I'm not going to sound the way you would want me to sound, maybe, Esther. But as much as we continue to talk about scammers, even online scammers, some people have refused to learn. Yes, they wait till they are victims, which is it. I'm very hurt. Imagine the parents, this particular mother of this child, of this young 20-year-old. Do you know what it means for a mother to trust her daughter with 500,000 naira? That is, she must have exhibited some level of responsibility.
Yeah.
Self-responsibility. Before the mother would say, okay, my dear, please keep this money for. And probably, maybe the mother was giving her in bits, and it accumulated to. Everything summed up to be 500,000 naira. So your mother trusted you so much. She has seen you beyond your little 20-year-old. She saw a young woman she would be proud of. She saw a young woman that could organize her own life as a mother. And it's a kind of training. When you make your child keep money, it's a kind of training. And I want to say that, yes, she was 20-year-old. It could happen to a 50-year-old.
Yes.
So my point here is, wisdom is always profitable to direct only if you allow wisdom to reign supreme in all that you do. Scammers are everywhere, my people. They wear different colors and different faces. They could come as a friend, physical or online. They could come as a family member. They come in different colors. But it is your responsibility to guard and guide yourself. And I want to address my youths out there. I know that when it comes to the issue of love, like I said, it could happen to anybody. Love does not respect age. When it hits you, it hits you. But please, I want to beg everybody. There is something Yorubas always say, and growing up, I used to find it very funny because I didn't understand it, but it became clearer as I grew older.
Okay.
Tí a bá ń sunkún, a máa ríran. You can interpret it in whatever way you want, as much as it applies to your situation and circumstances. When person they cry, the person still they see you. When you put yourself in a place whereby you cry so much you cannot see, you are going to become blind. And that situation that made you cry will not always be there. Time will heal it. But by the time heals it, you are blind. Then what is the use? I'm calling everyone to take responsibility for themselves and when it comes to anything that you're doing with anybody, please be very finicky about it. I'm begging. Because you see, as much as I feel I'm a mother, I don't want to imagine where the mother will find herself now. But I need to speak to my people out there. Don't fall victim of these scammers. Always second guess people. Don't take everything they have said. It could make you look at this one. You don't trust anybody. No. That is why I said wisdom. Sometimes when we have built ourselves to a point in life, no matter your age, if you have been able, because we continue to learn, I am still learning. And I believe that my dear Buki Efe is still learning. Nobody knows it all. People take advantage of the kindness of other people. This is not right. You cannot go unpunished. It may not be now, but you will be punished. And you will be served in a massive 3-course meal that you must eat it. But why wait? Why should I make myself a victim? Let's take it easy. Because this girl's death pained me. And I know that for her to have done this, she is such a very kind-hearted and very sincere friend. People take advantage of such people. Because what she did it out of compassion. She had a friend.
Yes.
And then the friend had a problem. A problem that will cost that friend a life. That is his mother. What is wrong with me helping my friend's mother? to be alive. Parents, please don't give up on your children yet. There are too many scammers out there. Too many scammers that they are beginning to make life difficult for those who are in need, who are truly in need. When people walk up to me for assistance, maybe this and that, I don't believe them. I don't believe them. And do I have the time to investigate you? I don't have that time. So at the end of the day, I don't believe you, so I'm not going to part whatever I have. And you are sincerely in need. But because of stories like this, we have lost faith, we have lost trust in people. So, parents, we need to continue to talk to our children. Yes, I know that it is not easy because, Esther,
yes,
to be very honest, parents are not finding it easy these days.
At all.
Because when you're trying to set a child straight in the right, this child will perceive you as nitpicking. Oh my mother, oh my God, oh this and that. They are always finding fault. They are always speaking on me. They are always so pedantic. But what do parents do? Irrespective of whatever translation your children have given, whatever you are doing, if you think it is the right thing, don't stop doing it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Ibinabo, for your thoughts on this one, really, because I looked at this story and there were just so many things actually to take out from here. When we had a message on the newspaper review from Rosenja, who spoke about this story for a bit, talking about why the mother should have entrusted this money into the hands of a 20-year-old girl. Like, why are you giving her such money to keep? For what I know, there's some young people who are even more prudent than adults. There's probably a reason why the mother had entrusted that money into her hand. So that message earlier this morning was trying to say, oh, the mother shouldn't have given her the money in the first place to keep. The mother made her open to such attacks again and all. But Buki, let's hear your thoughts on this one.
Okay, so we commiserate with the family. I mean, it's a deep one because the mother now would be saying, if she had told me, I would have told her to let it go. It's better you have a child, alive and lose 500 than have 500 and lose the child. But I don't blame the mother for keeping such an amount. I keep saying something that on social media, people just report the one that, can well up emotions. We do not know the history, facts behind it. Maybe the mother had even kept more than that with her. There are some people that, they know how to keep things and things like that, So we don't know the issue. So no, let nobody blame. I mean, it's a child and she's above 18. So what do you mean? There are people who have businesses and they are doing well and their turnover over millions. So that's not an issue. The issue here for me, it's not even really the issue. I think we should just talk about the way forward. It has happened and it has happened. And what are the lessons that we need to learn? Ibn Abbas said quite a lot about the scammer. Truly, I believe that the police should go after that scammer. That money was transferred, even if it was, they use these virtual accounts and things like that. We're talking about 500K. So they can trace it. The money must have gone through to different places. They will trace it, so that man will be a lesson to so many other people. Yes, somebody will be saying that the girl was stupid, for sending 500 like that to a boy. He met on social media. But to be honest, what people do for love, it's amazing. At times, there's stupidity in it. At the end of the day, you say, what was wrong with me? But now we have to know that what if you want to do anything, you must put your brain inside it. And so that is the lesson that I want people to learn. Because number one, don't give money that is not yours. And if you have to, it's difficult, I know. But what I'm saying is these are lessons for us, and where you have to, you must have the effrontery to go and tell the person who has the money, can you allow me use part of this? And if the person says no, then it is no, right? There are instances that I've seen people, they will say, you know what, I could have given it to you, but this money is not mine. The person is keeping that money with me. And because of my integrity, I can't use it except if I ask him. I've had such statements, being said, and I give credit to such person. At times I will say, I pray that I'll be like this person. They will say, this money is not my money. I can't use it, to help somebody. You understand? And then, of course, another lesson there is the fact that you met this person online. We've said it several times. You see, online is freezy. It's temporal. You understand? Yes, I know the man will have swept up her feet, and possibly maybe even for discussion. My mind is telling me that the guy capitalized on the fact that she got wind that there was money. So maybe it was in the process of, okay, what does your parent do and all that? A scammer will always be a scammer. Will know the kind of questions to ask. And somewhere along the lines, my mom even at times will send money to me to keep for her business and things like that. Oh, really? You have plenty of money with you. Hey, you're a big woman. Oh. Okay, no problem. Then maybe it was a month or 2 months after. You have forgotten, you have told him. He will just come up with all kinds of things, and he will just be, how I wish I have somebody wants to give me one. He said, and at the end of the day, because I know, just because we are not privy to those conversations, I know that girl will have asked him, how do you want to pay back? Because the girl knows that money is not his, it's not ours. And he would have given him a very good, repayment strategy. But at the end of the day, what happened? The guy shut down everything. And I believe that the police should be interested in this case and go after that scammer. It can be traced. That is it. To teach a lesson to everybody. Now, the second aspect now is this loan app. I had experienced, the threats, the intimidation because of a family member. You can imagine being, you are doing something on your phone, and suddenly a text message comes to say, Lagbaja, blah, 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 has cancer, and blah, 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 is about to die. She needs help. That is even one threat. Another threat is that they I don't know where they would get some ugly pictures of the person and now post it to all their contacts. That this one took loan. The person is not supposed to be trusted. The person is a defrauster. The person is a fraud. Quite a lot of things. That even when you call them, because I heard you, Esther, when you call the number, you are not calling the Oga, you are calling the agents.
Yes.
Those ones are agents. There's nothing they can do because they're on target. They will even tell you, because this one was really bad, I had to call that person. I said, I want to speak to your boss. He said, the boss is not here. The boss is in India. All these things are just, they just ride on technology. And their own is they must call the numbers because you have given them permission when you were initiating the transaction. And the app has a way of fishing out some contacts. You had given them the permission. And I thought the government wanted to clean up these things. You understand? Though they tried, they removed some of the apps, some of the agents, but it's not all. They're still doing it. You were not there when you collected the money, when you are doing the transaction. Now, to collect your money, you are now harassing family members, harassing friends, embarrassing the whole thing. It's even an issue of telling somebody that somebody has cancer, somebody has this, somebody has that, all because you want to collect money. So you can imagine what that girl went through. And for 500, maybe we are talking about 20 apps or 10 apps. So you can imagine 10 people calling her, and you can imagine what they will have done. They will have spread all kinds of rumor about her. They will be flashing her, calling her at all times and things like that. Yes, you would say, now she caused some. But really, should that be? Should that be? Should that be? That should not be. Ibn Abba had talked about the fact that it's a no case. But I can tell you, it's really difficult. I can tell you, because when everything is down, she does not even know where to go to. She does not even know who to talk to.
And we're talking about a 20-year-old.
Yes, nobody. Of course, the thoughts will come. And that is why we are saying that let us be aware of what happened. Like this case of my family, I had to reach out to her to say, you know what, I understand everything. How are you? Where exactly are you now? And I had to calm her down because I understand it. And I said, you know what? Everything is going to be fine. Don't do anything stupid. Because she also was already saying that, in fact, I want to run away. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to drink this. I want to sleep. I said, don't do anything stupid. And I started giving her instances of people that have gone through, debts, and they survived and they're happy now. That it is an issue of who is there to hold her hand. So the next lesson, and I'll use that to wrap up, is that when we see things like that, or we get to know, because I know this girl has friends that she might have said one or two things for. How did they come in to help her? Because they need help. They need to know that you are there, even if you're not giving the money, the emotional support. Because you see, when things happen like this, and I do not know why I'm going through this part, maybe somebody is listening. When things happen like this, the devil will paint the whole place black, that you cannot see anything. That is the time for you to calm down. When you calm down, you will see that the wall is not black. There are streaks of white in it, but you have to calm down. Then you can now follow the path. But when you are overwhelmed, you can't see anything. But when you calm down, so that is the aspect of each and every one of us giving support. Let's calm down. There is a way. Like my pastor will always say that for every problem, it has an expiry date. I can tell you that if she had told the mother, blah, 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 okay, maybe they will fight. They won't talk to themselves. After 1 year, after 1 year, they will come back. She can even get jobs and start paying back the money, but that initial stress of, how do I tell my mother? The disappointment and all that. But if somebody had walked her through to say, yes, this will happen, she will scream at you. She will throw your things out. She will talk. She will tell everybody. She will report you to the whole world. But okay, I am here to support you. It would have been better. So let's learn lessons from all this, Ibn Abba had advised the youths, when you love, please be cool, and, put sense into this thing. It's not like the love of those days. You understand? Put sense into it and bring God into it. Because God, and that is why, like somebody was saying that the young generation don't want God. I said, I'm sorry to use the word S, but they're full. Because this is the time that they even need God most in their lives, to show them that this one is a scammer. When you pray, God will show you things. This is the time to go back to God. It's not an issue of preaching, but this is a fact. That's the truth. Thank you.
All right, Buki. On this story, yes, I have heard from you. I have heard from Ibn Abba, and at the end of the day, we're just having to address different sides of the story, and we're still addressing the issue. I mean, this young girl wouldn't have lost her life if somebody in the first place had not scammed her. And true, we cannot take away anything from all of the facts that we've mentioned. Each of these sides really needs to be addressed. But again, I really hope that there's some kind of way that they can fish and track this perpetrator, because he needs to be able to actually face the consequences of his action, because this is so unnecessary. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, WF.
Yes, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
Yeah, my name is Victor, calling from Ikorodu.
Good morning, Victor.
I was a delight joining, wonderful speakers, Auntie Binabo, and of course Auntie C. I didn't miss the name.
Buki.
And well done, Auntie Buki. Yes. In fact, this topic, this particular issue, circulated virtually everywhere since yesterday when the news broke out. I got to find out from someone that young girls of these days, especially for those who think that this is the way out, they have this statement that they make, and they say to themselves they are looking for God-fearing Yahoo boys.
Is there anything like that?
And that is what shocks me. When I heard that, and I got that from a young man who lives very close to where students are dominating that environment. Here in Ikorodu, Last Protect to be precise.
Okay.
The name still remains Last Protect. And most of the young girls there say that they are looking for God-fearing Yahoo boys. But let's put that one aside.
Okay.
You see, I took my time to go through that story, and I noticed that the family of Sani Amidas did not help the situation at all. Yes, she made a mistake. She fell to the wrong hand, and she gave away money that was kept in her trust or in her care by her mother. What did the family do? It was said that the brother did not accept to assist her financially so that she can pay back the money to her mother. And I'm pretty sure there are other family members she might have reached out to, and they probably would have done the same thing. What did the mother do? Maybe insulted the day life out of her. Maybe cursed her. Maybe said a lot of things. Yes,
and maybe she didn't.
And maybe she didn't, because I'm pretty sure that if she didn't, the girl wouldn't have gone as far and, just like Auntie said, go to so many loan apps, which is there in the paper, and collected 450,000 naira to add up to the 50,000 naira that she has with her already. You see, the fact remains that a lot of families are failing these children. A lot of families, their values have rotted, decayed. I had a conversation with some people last week, and I said, why do we enjoy swear words when trying to correct our children? Why can't we just have a normal conversation and at the same time say scold that child and make the child know the reason for scolding instead of just cursing that child? Do you know what harm you do to these children? I'll tell you a story before I drop my phone. This morning, my little girl, 5 years of age, she didn't do her homework, and she brought it out of her bag. She wanted to start doing it. My wife was like, why? And she said, my teacher said she doesn't have time to do it yesterday with me because she has a private teacher. Obviously, she lied. The mom quickly picked up her phone and called the teacher. She was like, wow, I didn't say that. So she has to pick up, let her come to school this morning. We'll do it together, but I will discipline her. I read her countenance. I know she was. I was the one that took her to school. All through our journey to the school, I was talking to her just to boost her confidence again. Because I don't know what that girl might be thinking of. We need to be deliberate.
I can understand. Thank you very much, Victor.
To be deliberate. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Victor, for your comment on the program this morning. Still talking about the case of this young girl who's lost her life due to this scammer who took money from her, and how this issue came back to her. So now Victor is having to say that if the family, one way or the other, had supported her in raising this money and giving it back to the mother, or maybe just finding other means, maybe she wouldn't have gone this way. But what the story did not tell us is if she actually opened up to the family members to say, this is what has happened to the money.
Esther.
Yes.
You see, sometimes when you step into some people's shoes and you pretend to be that person for real, you would understand a few things.
Okay.
This lady, this 20-year-old, it was just unfortunate that she found herself entangled with a scammer. This girl is not foolish. She was not a fool. She was simply a good-hearted girl. I'm telling you. And unfortunately, she was, her good nature was taken. Somebody took advantage of her good nature. For a child, see, we are mothers. For a parent, a mother at that, to confide in a child, to trust a child to the extent of keeping money with her. Probably it wasn't the bulk, the money wasn't given to her en bulk. It was probably 20,000, 100,000. It was kept with her instrumentally, in bits and pieces. And the parent, for me, I'm looking at myself, if I had to do that with a child, I must have understood a lot of good things about you. You are like my partner. So in some families, you just have a child that is like your partner, your business partner, your business manager, your everything about you.
Yeah.
So you see, we're talking about that mother. She has lost a child. Every child is a child, but this one, my child, and the mother had lost her. For the girl, you see, I want to say that there are some things that parents say sometimes that could really be negatively processed by the child. If this thing happen, I will kill you. If this thing happen, me, I will die. Do you understand? When at certain point in your life you have had your mother say things like, if I lose 100,000, I'll just die. I won't see him again. You see, all those statements, maybe if it actually happens to you, you will not do anything like that. But because sometimes people just talk. Me, if I lose money, I'll just lose myself. I was somewhere where a father sent his son on an errand.
Okay.
A 9-year-old, or maybe 10, I can't remember the age now, but it was within that age range. And the boy was smiling. The father was telling him what to buy, this and that. It was on the street, a shop beside where I was trying to get a few things so many years back. And the father said, whoa, if you don't lose that money, or else you too should get lost with that money. That money lost, when you said lost with that money. And imagine the boy actually lost that money. Maybe, being a child, when he was walking down the road, happy and everything, laughing, smiling, and then somehow the money drops from his hand and then he couldn't find it. You think that boy will go home? He won't go home. That boy self go lost.
Because you've put the fear in him already.
Exactly. So a friend of mine, so many years ago, the younger brother abroad, I think it was in the US. His son then, young guy, little boy, young daddy, that boy would play games forever. And each time this guy would come back from work, he would say, hey, if you fail, you are dead. You are so playful, you don't face your studies. If you come home with one stupid result here, you are dead. And unfortunately, that boy didn't do well. And he got to know that he didn't do well. So the day the school was supposed to vacate, this boy refused to go home. All of the people had left. He was just there in the school. And a particular teacher saw him And why are you sending to school? And the boy didn't say anything. So she had to call other teachers, and they were able to extract from the boy that the father used to harp on the fact that if he did not do well, he was going to kill him. And that was how the state intervened. Social workers, they took the boy home, and from there, then this young man realized that they would soon take this boy from him. You know what he quickly did? He quickly parceled the boy down to Nigeria. That was how I got to know the story. You see, I know that it's not easy being a parent, but because there is power in the words that parents speak, let us be mindful of our utterances. Sometimes we think you are playing. Sometimes we just think we're just issuing, very threat that will never come to pass. We will never do this thing. But nobody, these people do not know your mind. They don't know how serious you are. They take every word that you say to their heart. So please, who knows? Whether this girl's mother was the type that maybe the girl felt that her mother would just die if she knew what she had done with the money. So she had to look for means to get this money. Sometimes maybe she didn't even tell people who would tell the mommy. Maybe she didn't communicate with people who would eventually let the mother know that, look, your pikin don't go that well for money. So the parents, just let's take it easy. Let's not become very deliberate about what we say around our children. Let's be deliberate.
All right.
So that we don't create a problem for them or for ourselves. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Ibinabo, for your thoughts. Thank you, Buki, as well. 13 minutes to 10 on Your Women Radio 91.7, and this is Panorama. Panorama is where we have the ladies from different geopolitical zones come together to discuss, accept, and disagree on topical issues. My name is Esther Alarabi, and I've had with me Ibinabo Dixon and Buki Femi Ajala. The phone lines are open for you to contribute to the conversation, 07000 917 917, or you can send us a text or a WhatsApp message 070-317-56537 to be a part of the conversation this morning right here. You can listen live via the website www.wfm917.com. Download the mobile app to listen live, WFM 917. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
My name is Endurance from Sierra.
Good morning, Endurance. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm fine. I find it very funny because I think the word scam is my problem here. I don't think that there was any scam here.
Okay, what do you think it
Why
is?
I think, yes, a girl fell in love with a guy, and in the process, he asked for help. And the girl really need help. Do you understand? And somewhere along the line, the guy did not pay. So when you say scam, the girl really gave her that money. So the word scam there is what I'm trying to.
Okay.
I'm not comfortable with.
Okay, Endurance, I'm going to ask you, if you lend money from me, we had an agreement as to, you had an agreement as to when you're going to return the money back, knowing very well that money is not mine. And when it's time for you to return the money, I can't reach you via any platform or anywhere. You don't think it's a scam?
So wait now, are you saying that this girl that gave out this money, they don't know where this guy is living? Or they have not met physically before she gave out this money? If it's possible they are dating.
So are you trying to say that even if they were dating, they were partners, it is fine for you to do so to your partner? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm not justifying the action of the guy. I'm only saying that even if you go to police now, the police will tell you that since he really gave her that money, it's like you borrow somebody money and the person is unable to pay. The police is not saying it's a scam. They say, okay, you borrow this person's money, the person could not pay. They will ask the person, how much can you pay monthly? But when you say a scam, you are talking about a criminal offense. You understand what the line I'm trying to draw?
I'm still trying to understand.
Yes. What I'm saying, it was the money that was given out willingly to somebody she feels she has a feeling for, and she was the person that she's dating. That's why I'm saying it.
Okay, so let's even say that she gave out this money because she had feelings, in your word, for this guy, or because they were in any kind of relationship. Are you still saying that it is fine for you to do so to people that you are in?
No. I am not saying the guy is right.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm trying to understand where you're coming from. Yes.
But what I'm trying to say, that word scam is what I'm trying to make. Whether we can get another word for it, like it's like a breach of trust. You understand? That's what I'm thinking. Because if this mother goes to police,
even after he blocked her on social media platforms,
that is
still not a scam.
That's what I'm trying to do. But before, why will you give somebody 500,000 naira?
How is it endurance? I'm trying to understand how you are doing everything but addressing the person who is wrong in this conversation.
The three of them are wrong.
Who?
And I will explain why.
Okay.
The mother. So let's start from the mother.
Okay.
That girl at 20, she still has an impressionable mind. So for you to give a student 500,000 naira to keep for you, when there are banks where you can keep this money for safekeeping at any time, you can get it. You decide to give that kind of amount of money to a girl who may likely spend that money. So the foundation the started from the mother. Now you put such amount of money in a little girl hand, because at 20, anybody can tell them sweet words and get that money from them. Do you understand? Now that gets a victim of what the mother did. You understand? If that money is not with her, she will not even have the thought of promising that boy that kind of money or giving her that kind of money.
All right. Thank you very much, Endurance. I think I understand.
Yeah.
I get where you're coming from. Yeah. Thank you very much. Well, I can understand where Endurance is coming from, having to talk about the girl and look at different sides to the story. But for what I know, I mean, I will take myself as a classic example. At age 20, I was almost done from the university, if not done yet. I'm trying to think. And to a large extent, I could take certain decisions for my own self. And I'm probably having to converse with older people. I'm having to say, I think this is what I want to do. So it's not like I'm actually suggesting to you. I'm telling you what I want to do. So to an extent, the mother would have seen the girl as a child who probably had some kind of grip over her financial decisions and what have you before doing that. But, I mean, wrapping up this conversation this morning, I'll just take your final words, Buki.
Okay, so we've said quite a lot of things, but I want to stress this fact that the police should go after that boy, right? They should go after that boy, because even for marriages, I mean, when somebody promises you, I'm going to marry you, and at the end of the day, you know, the person did not marry you, I understand. You can ask the lawyers. You can actually, you know, get justice for that, provided there are evidences. Not to talk of somebody said, borrow me this and I'll give you back. I'm sure they must have had chats and things like that. And there is a trace of money coming. I mean, they should get that boy. And I let justice be served for that boy to serve to be a deterrent to others. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Buki. Yes, Ibinabo.
You see, thank you. I thought I had exhausted my mind. I think I was going to get this. See, Esther, what we should do when it comes to the police, I feel bad for them. You know why? Investigation is expensive. You will realize that the money to be spent to trace this guy is more than 500,000 naira. That's why sometimes police don't have interest in cases like this, because at the end of the day, they will tell you, how much we go put inside the technology to trace this guy, go pass the money, so they will just not want to go that far, hereby, you know, allowing this guy to escape, to get away what he has done. But I want to at this point plead with the government that, you know, government must do everything to strengthen our institutions.
All right.
This is what I want to say, because the police cannot afford more than that money to investigate that money. I'm telling you.
All right.
It will take
Thank you so much.
to do this. Okay. And police will not spend it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ibinabo and Buki. Thank you for your contributions on the conversation today.
Thank you for having us. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. Do have a good day. And there we have it. It's a wrap on Panorama today. Thank you so much for your contribution and your comment on the story this today. I really hope that the family of this girl finds the strength to manage this loss. I mean, this is a very, very big one. My name is Esther Alaribi, and this has been Panorama on Women Radio 91.7. Up next is Radio Doctor with Rose Yusuf Kesar. Good morning.
WFM 91.7.